Hello and thank you for your interest in ACE Site Creator. This video will demonstrate how to set up the ACE script. Before getting started on setting up your script, you should have a domain name, have your hosting ready, and have the ACE script downloaded and decompressed. If you have any questions with these steps or any steps in the video, please feel free to contact us and we will be happy to help you or install the script for you. This video will demonstrate all the steps in the README file. When you open your ACE folder, you'll see these three files. Click and open the README file, and you'll see something like this. Now I'm going to demonstrate the 5 steps in the README file, starting with add your URL to your web list. First, go to acesitecreator.com, make sure you're logged in, and click on add your URL to activate under Members Access on the right side. After you click on Add Your URL, you'll see something like this on the next page. So inside the box, add your URL in the 2 ways described in the README file. Here's an example of what it should look like. Notice one URL has everything, and the other URL has everything except for the www. If you make any mistake, just click on the red X, delete the URL, and add it again. Note if you don't add it both ways, your site will not work properly. The next step is create a database for your website. To do this, you first need to log into your hosting control panel. The control panel you get from your hosting service. Here's an example of what it looks like if you use ACE hosting, but it could vary depending on your hosting service. Regardless, you need to click on MySQL. Inside MySQL, the first step is to create a database. Notice here, I'm calling the database data, but any name will do. Click on Create Database. You'll see this screen, and then go back. Note the database has been created, and it's called textingp_data. Make sure you remember this exactly because you'll need it for the next step. Next, in a similar way, I'm going to create a user. Here the user is called textp, and the password I'm going to use textbass. Again, anything that works will do. Click on Create User. You'll get this screen, and to go back. Note the user has been created, and it's called textingp_textp. Now I'm going to add the user to the database and give the user all permissions. Notice the all has been checked. Then I'll click on Add User to Database and go back. When I go back, notice you get this data showing that you have given the user permissions and everything. And again, make sure you remember the exact password, username, database name, both sides of an underscore, because you'll need this exact information for the next step. Next, you need to import your SQL file. To do that, you need to click on phpMyAdmin. That should be on the same page you created the database and user on. After clicking on phpMyAdmin, you get a page something like this, and notice it shows the database you created, textingp_data. So click on the database you created. Inside of there, we need to import. So go to the Import tab, click on Browse, and select the ACE SQL file inside of your ACE folder. Then click on Go to import the file. Note the file has been imported successfully in textingp_data. The next step is to add the new database settings to the main files. To do this, you need to open your db.php file, and the path to this is inside the ACE folder, upload, admin, includes, and there's a db.php file. This path is also shown in the README file. In this video, the file has been opened with Dreamweaver, but you can use any editing software, including WordPad, to do this. Now you'll need to add all the details from the database you created in step 2 to the DB file. So first, line 2 is almost always localhost, but that could vary with your hosting plan. Then the user, as remember, is texting p underscore text b. The next line, the password was text pass. And finally, the database was texting p underscore data. Note, you have to add this information exactly. If there's any kind of extra space or anything between the quotation marks, your site will not work properly. So please check, double check, triple check to make sure you added everything just right. Close and save your changes, and then we'll go into the next step. Step 4, upload your prepared script to your server. For this step, you'll need some type of FTP software. This video is using FileZilla, but most any software should do. If you don't have one, FileZilla is a free software and it works well. So here the FTP has been set up and we're connected to the site. So we need to upload everything in the upload folder into your root directory, and the root directory is usually public HTML. So notice here everything in the upload folder has been highlighted. It will be uploaded to the public HTML folder. This could take some time depending on your internet speed. And finally, the last step, step 5, set permissions on your files so that they will perform properly. So as outlined in the README file, you have to set permissions to 777 on a number of files, including sitemap, XML, and ClickBank folder, so that they will perform properly. This is done with your FTP software. So here I've right-clicked the sitemap XML file, and note how it's XXX. So I just changed that XXX to 777, and you will get this. Just click OK, and that's how let's do it. Do it for all the other files mentioned in the README file. You're now ready to log in and start building your ACE site. Any problems at all, just contact us and we'll be glad to help you out, or we'll FTP your site for you, do everything for you. Again, thank you for your